All right. Welcome to Dusty Gamers. We're doing a games we love.
You love. I've never played this game.
Specifically, Robert loves this time. Batman Arkham Asylum. Blake's going to be playing the game because he's never played it.
Yep.
And I already spent 2 hours playing it earlier tonight.
Did you really?
Like an hour and a half.
Yeah, I played the last one quite a bit.
Arkham's Knight.
Sure.
Well, Arkham Knight is like one of the few games you've actually played through the entire game and beat and saw the ending too.
The first ending.
Yeah, but the secret ending's kind of nothing.
I have a tendency to give up on games.
So the funny thing is, this game, a lot like Shadow of Mordor, came out of nowhere for me. Like, I was not excited for a Batman game. And then it kind of came out and everybody was like, this game is legitly good. You gotta play this game, it's so good. And it honestly, it's really, really good.
My wife's ringtone is Jared Leto's Joker laughing. It's freaking terrifying.
I forgot all this intro right here, like this driving through Gotham stuff was even in the game.
Constantly yelling at her about it.
Yeah.
Hate it so much.
So the reason, this is going to be real easy not to spoil anything in this game, because almost everything I love about this game has nothing to do with the narrative, or the big endings or anything. This game is built like Metroid Prime or Metroidvania style game, where like you have this giant asylum mansion that you go through, and as you're slowly unlocking the bat gadgets, you get to go back and get into new places and stuff. Since it's the gameplay that gets me, and the kind of the obsessive compulsive collecting of all the items everywhere, the Riddler trophies.
Yeah, that's not gonna be obsessive compulsive for me. I don't like.
This isn't as crazy as Arkham City was, or Arkham Knight was, about collecting Riddler stuff.
I think it was Arkham City.
Arkham City's the second one. You haven't played that one either. Arkham Knight's the newest one.
See, part of the thing is I do know the ending to this one.
Well, that's what happens when you play the
Game's Out of Order.
Yeah.
So, is this the second one or is this the third one?
This is the first one.
Or that's what I meant. Second or first.
Like, this game came out of nowhere. The combat changed combat in a lot of games because people started doing the rhythm-based combat in this. This is the game that started the whole like free flow combat thing where you like zoom around and punch everybody.
Is Commissioner Gordon here? Yes, sir. He's waiting for you down at patient handover. He got here just before you did.
So, part of the reason was I'm excited about Batman. You didn't turn the captions on. It literally gave you the option when you started the game up. This is why I don't let you play the games.
It was just sitting on the menu screen when I walked in.
No, when you first start the game up, subtitles. It's one of the first things that you cycle through all the options and pick your difficulty and everything. It's like captions. So I was like, that was a neat feature of the game to have the captions right out the start.
Oh, I didn't see it because I don't ever turn on captions.
It's the beginning of this game has so many audio loops and like stuff talking in the background and stuff talking next to you that it fucks the captions up. Like there's no captions for Joker right here because it just was trying to do the captions for the background talking. It does that a couple times. Like you'll be reading something and what you hear is completely different. It kind of it stops after it's past the intro though. What is wrong with his hand?
You know what? I prefer the good old habits.
The other thing that's weird is this is the Return to Arkham, so it's like the textures and everything are nice and cleaned up, I guess. It's supposed to look better.
Right.
But like the performance of the game is a little sketchy. Like there's some frame rate drops and slowdown and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And your brain adjusts to the better graphics really fast. So all you really notice is all the like problems the game has, and you don't really appreciate the graphics looking better.
Right.
So like I was playing for like 2 hours, and it just it just felt like normal Batman to me.
Yeah, it dropped out there.
Yeah. Oh, the graphics are the frame rate's a little fucked. There's a lot of slowdown and stuff.
This could be a problem when you're trying to play this game.
It's whatever. But like, you fucking, like, I mean, everything looks nicer, but now the performance took a hit.
Is that Mark Hamill voice?
Yeah, he does the Joker in all three. And then Origins is the whole backstory of why this happens.
That's not on this, is it?
No. Origins is made by a different developer, so they don't really own it as a game. It's kind of stupid. It's a really rehash of City.
Whatever, just be quick.
Only following procedure. Patient seems to be in satisfactory condition.
So,
Suffered minor lacerations.
you like the old Batman movies?
The second set of them.
Like
Returns and
Returns?
Forever and Batman and Robin.
I only really like 89.
Get him out of here.
I didn't like the fucking Christopher Nolan ones. I'm not a huge fan of them.
I like those a lot. I mean,
I don't know. I just like the first one's really dull. The second one's kind of. I mean, I get what they were going for with them. I just didn't. I never got how they got so popular.
well, Heath Ledger dying.
Well, even then, there was still tons of hype on the first one.
But I mean, the first one didn't do that great.
I don't think it made a ton of money. Ton of money.
That's the second one.
Get ready.
Dark Knight's the first one.
No,
Keep your weapons trained on it. At all
Batman
times.
Begins is the first one.
Yeah.
Is that Solomon Grundy?
It's Croc.
Yeah. I just saw the spikes.
Solomon Grundy doesn't come in until the second game.
I've got your scent, Batman. I will hunt you down.
I wanted to like the first one because I liked the actor.
I won't stop me from killing you, Batman.
Bale, Christian
Yeah.
Bale. And I like Michael Caine and love Gary Oldman.
That reminds me.
Katie Holmes is okay.
You need to give me some new.
It was before I was done with Liam Neeson's.
Liam Neeson was in it?
Yeah, he's something in it. I'm looking right at it. I'm looking at the cast right now.
Oh, yeah, Liam Neeson. Yeah.
Liam Neeson's.
He played,
Ra's al Ghul.
yeah, he was in the last one
Great night for a party.
with Bane and
Right.
Tolerable.
Oh God, Bane's so terrible.
I liked Bane.
A trick or two up my sleeve.
When you beat this video game, you have my permission to die. A lot of people complain. It's really funny because I personally feel like the amount of Joker, like the Joker love from the movies, is almost choking you because dude died, and then like it was like everything on the internet was about him all the time,
Right.
to the point where it overwhelmed the movie.
Yeah.
And then at the same time, people constantly bitch about these games having too much Joker in them because all three games kind of revolve around the Joker in a way.
Right.
Whereas I disagree. I feel like Joker's like the foundation this series was built on, and it works perfectly.
I feel like this is
It tells three interconnected stories connected basically by Joker.
Right.
By like three stages of Joker's kind of life.
I feel like this part's a little much. Like,
Well, this is I mean, you're looking at a great long single player game, so it's got a big intro to it.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't done anything yet.
Right.
At all.
I mean, you're supposed to just experience it. This one's also weird because they didn't have anything to basis to go by. Like, this game has to teach you like the flow of the game, like the reward structure and everything. So this game really starts off slowly, teaching you every little thing.
Right.
Because it's the first one to have that combat, the first one to have the sneaking and killing people and not getting shot by guns and everything. So this game slowly doles out all the Batman stuff.
Right.
Whereas by the one you played, it was like, here's all your shit back. Here's a new car. Have fun. So it takes. We won't even. It'll be in episode 2 before you even run into guys that can shoot you and kill you.
Well, I mean, it's going to be episode 2 before we even get through the intro.
Yeah, I love this intro. These long meaty like intros because fucking the Riddick game does this too. As a really long like intro to just like get you into the world.
Right.
I like them as long as there's enough gameplay afterwards, and this game delivers.
See, I think I'd also like this more if we weren't just sitting here talking over it. Like, I'm only been
That's a good way to ruin the game for yourself.
slightly paying attention because we have to keep things interesting.
Right. Well, there is the moment where you're like, what's happening? You know, like, you have to feel that. When you play the game, you're like ready for shit to hit the fan, just like Batman is, honestly, because he knows something's going on. This is the worst of the 3 Harley Quinns in the video games.
Right.
Her outfit is absurd and uncomfortable looking. I should just pause right here, because we'll have to fucking get the next whole half in the next episode. Combat tutorials.